Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing good and having a wonderful day. So I'm back with a new video, and today I wanted you to get to know me a bit more, as I know I post a lot of content but don't really just take the time to sit down and talk to you about myself. So today the video is get to know me, and I've picked out 20 questions from online. I'm going to answer them just so you can get to know me a bit more and find out who this girl is that you're watching each week. Sorry, that was my Siri listening to me. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, give it a massive thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and most importantly, enjoy. What is your name and the meaning? So, my full name is Grace Lola. I have middle names. I'm not going to go into that because it's very long, very Nigerian, but that is my name. And it means it's related to God. And if you don't know about grace, it's the gift that God gave us that we don't deserve, we didn't earn, but it's God's riches at Christ's expense. He's given us a way to have a relationship with him through Jesus dying on the cross. So that's the meaning of grace. And when I actually went to ask my mum earlier, I said, "Mum, why did you call me Grace?" And she was like, "Grace, after 20 years of you being born, you're only asking me this now." I was like, "Yeah, it's for my video." And she said that originally they wanted to call me Emma, which is my sister's name. Thank goodness I'm not. Thank goodness I'm Grace because I like my name. And the reason why they call me Grace is because they were praying about it and they felt God impressing their heart to name me Grace. So that is why I am named Grace. Number 2, which parent are you closest to and which are you more like? So I would say I'm closer, although this is disputed probably by her, to my mum. I just find her funny. We butt heads sometimes, but when we get along really well, and I love her so much. So definitely my mum. Although which am I more like in terms of appearances? I look like a spitting image of my dad. This has always been said, and I didn't realise it until I saw a photo next to him at my sister's graduation. I was like, oh wow, I really do look like my dad. Okay, so who am I like most in terms of appearance and personality? Who am I closest to as well? In terms of my parents, in terms of mum and dad.
You have a bubbly character.
Yeah.
When you want to be. So.
Do I get that from you or dad?
I'm an introvert.
No, you're not. No, you are not. No, you are not. You're an extrovert. You are not an introvert.
I am very quiet.
No, you're not. So who would you say I'm closest to between the two of you?
Definitely your dad.
I knew you expected that.
And you have your banter without us know what you're talking about.
I knew you would say that. No, I said I'm closest to you.
How?
Because you're my bestie. Anything you'd like to say? I love you.
Oh, I love you so much, Grace. Oh.
Number 3, what is your biggest accomplishment? So for me, I'd say one of the biggest things that has happened in my life, if you watched my testimony video, you'll know about it. It's regaining confidence through God after suffering from severe stage fright. It's not something I'm going to go into in a ton of detail, but if you want to know more about that, please let me know and I'll be so happy to do a video about that. But there was a point in my life where I just couldn't sing in front of people, couldn't sing in front of my family. I was battled with like crippling stage fright, anxiety. It was awful, and by the power of prayer and through God, I thank God that he's brought me to a place where I'm more confident to sing in front of people. I do it on my YouTube channel after all. I'm not there yet, but I'm getting there. My second big accomplishment is getting onto my course, my dream course, physiotherapy. It's something I wanted to do for so long, and you just have to be careful with who you share your dreams. I told people when they, even teachers, and they kind of discouraged it, whereas there were some who were really supportive and really helped me thrive. And I thank God for using all these people in my life, and I thank God for his timing because I didn't get on it the first time, but through God's timing and waiting on him and being patient and trusting him, I'm now on my dream course. I'm going into my 3rd year by the grace of God. And again, if you'd like a video on that and how I got on to study physiotherapy and advice and tips and stuff like that, do let me know. So I'm actually going to film a video on it, but actually, because it will really help students. But yeah, I don't know what to say. Question number 4: what is most important in life? For me, being a Christian, and not even just being a Christian, I think God and having my faith in Jesus Christ is the most important thing. I'll just say it, there it is. Because my life would be nothing without him and what he did for us by dying on the cross, and it's just the greatest gift, and it's God's my first love. Like, literally love God more than anything else in this world. Okay, number 5 is, what is your favourite childhood memory? As soon as I saw this, I knew straight away what I was going to say. I'm very blessed to have such a funny childhood when I'm able to recall back and think about such silly little things that we did as a child. This one that I'm going to talk about was when I shared a room with my 2 sisters. I have one older sister and one younger sister, and if you haven't seen the sister video of Who Knows Me Better, go and watch that. I will link that for you to watch, and it's a really funny video. So we were in our room, and this was after school one day, and back in the day we used to watch this dance channel on Sky, and they do dance routines. So we were doing a dance routine and following along to Paparazzi by Lady Gaga, and for some reason there seemed to be some water on the floor. So then I think maybe Joy slipped in the water and realised that's fun, that's making it so much more fun. So we decided to go to the bathroom and right next to our bedroom and grab more water and be pouring it on the floor so we could be doing our dance routine and slipping and sliding around the room. We have a TV, we have electricity there, that is such a dangerous thing, but we weren't thinking. And then I think my dad found out, he was like, what are you doing, this is so dangerous, and we had to clean up. But it was so funny, but it's so silly thinking back on. But I have so many funny childhood memories like that. So yeah, that was so funny. Question 6 is, what is your favourite physical activity? So my favourite form of physical activity is sport, and I love playing the sport netball. As well as netball, my favourite sport to watch is track cycling. It's so thrilling and amazing to watch in the Olympics. I would love to be a track cyclist myself, but I know it's not going to happen, but it's so much fun. And if I had the opportunity, maybe growing up, to have done that, I would have loved to do that. I love cycling as well myself, just on the road, not track cycling, although if I get the opportunity, I'm definitely wanting to take it up. Question number 7 is my favourite social media channels. So I took this as YouTube. I'm going to talk about my favourite YouTubers that I'm loving at the moment. First being Milena Cicciotti. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. I love her. She's a Christian YouTuber. She's truthful, she's honest, she's raw, and I really appreciate it, and I love watching her content. And I watched her birth story for a second son, and it was so beautiful. Really touched my heart. So I'm really enjoying watching her content. I'm loving Alexa Sunshine 83. She's like a really fun, cool, bubbly personality who does lots of videos about sustainability and thrifting, and yeah, she's super fun. Desiring God is a YouTube channel where they answer questions, these big questions about God that people may ask you, and I love being equipped by them, so I have to mention them as well. It's really helpful to get understanding from someone who's been seeking after God for a long time, Pastor John, and yeah, just learning more about God essentially. And Yo-Yo Twinkles, oh my goodness, I love her outfit videos. They're edited so well, they're just really fun. She's got really good sense of style. It's super sick. And yeah, I just love her videos. She's got really good style. And finally, love a bit of the Sidemen. Like, they're absolutely hilarious. I would love to meet them, and just I feel like I'd get along with some of them really well, because I just love having a laugh with people, and they're just absolutely hilarious. So those are my favourite channels. If you had more courage, what would you do differently in life? This is a huge, huge, huge question. If I had more courage, what would I do differently in life? I would be screaming on the top of my lungs and just going out there and witnessing to people. I've done some evangelism to people, but I feel scared when I'm doing it. It's so much easier doing it from social media, from Instagram, but I'd love to have more conversations with people about Jesus and just encourage them and share the gospel with them. It's not a complicated thing, it's good news, and I'd love to do that. I'd love to, so for example, when I was on placement, I'd love to be able to take more initiative and say that I'd like to speak up in MDT meetings or goal meetings and speak to consultants and doctors. And yeah, that would be amazing. I would love that. And I guess courage is something that you can grow as well. Like when you put yourself out there once and find that it's actually gone well, you're like, oh, it didn't go so bad, I could do this again. So in that type of scenario, yeah, and just to take opportunities that God wants me to. What is something that amazes you? Emma, organ rollers, dancing. My ideal first day. I'm like cracking up. If my ideal first day, I'm someone who probably would like to do something active and adventurous. Like, of course, dinner is lovely. It's not my kind of thing. I would do it. Who doesn't like to eat? But I'd love to do some sort of activity, maybe go on a hike, or maybe go on a picnic, maybe do some sort of sport, something like that, something fun, like, yeah, and just something that I could have a laugh with someone with, because I love to have a laugh. Worst grade you ever got on a test. So if we're talking about the worst grade I got a U in my biology, so I got U's a couple of times. I got A's sometimes. I wasn't very good at the A-level biology, so I ended up dropping that. But when I think of my GCSEs, I think of geography. Geography is a subject that started off really bad. I think my first test ever, I got back and I think I got an E and a G, like for the foundation and higher bit, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just picked this and I didn't want to do history, and I was like, what have I done? What have I done? Because people were doing really well on their tests, and I was speaking to my mum about possibly changing to PE or possibly changing to art, and that didn't end up happening, so I continued doing geography, and Lord God changed that around because I loved the subject. I started to do well, and then I started to get A's and A stars, and I was an A star as my current grade in year 9, and I ended up getting an A in the subject. So please let that be an encouragement to you. Sometimes you don't start off doing well, maybe it's not your time then, but God will help you do better. But you also need to do the work and work hard and study, and sometimes you find that you end up loving the thing that you first struggled with. Yeah. Do you remember your dreams in the morning? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It's a good habit to try and jot down your dreams if there's anything significant that you face or you hear, because God might be trying to tell you something. I had a really weird dream this morning. For some reason I was going around Morrison's and it was just really, really weird. But I find that I get reoccurring dreams a lot where I see, like for example, in my dream, my university town, for some reason there's a walkway to France, and I've been up that walkway loads of times and it looks really, really cool, but when I actually think about it, this doesn't exist. So if anyone knows anything about that, it's really weird. I get locations in my mind that exist in my dreams and they're based off real life locations, but they're not real life locations. And then I get reoccurring dreams a lot where I know what's going to happen because I've had that dream in that location as well. It's really, really weird. But yeah, I do sometimes, like the Morrison's dream this morning. Something that I look for in a partner. So the biggest main thing has to be someone who is God-fearing, who loves the Lord with all his heart, like loves God more than anything, more than me, more than anything as well, because it's the most important thing. And if you can't love God, then you can't love another person well. Has to be someone who wants to lead and encourage me, and someone who I can encourage as well. Someone who has a cracking sense of humour, because as I mentioned many times, I love to laugh and joke about and just be silly. So someone who is just like my best friend as well. Like I just want to have that relationship where you're just best friends and you're just doing things for the Lord and just loving the Lord, and yeah, and gets along with my family because we can rip into each other sometimes. We're all savages, but it's all love. So yeah, those are the things. And someone who's loyal, who's kind, who's generous. I don't really think about it a lot, but I guess if I was to list it, those would be really good characteristics. What makes you proud of your mother? So what makes me so proud and in awe of her is her love and fire for God and the things of God. Sometimes you'll hear her in the middle of the night having prayers, doing prayers or checking on us and praying for us and anointing us, and she's on it and she inspires me. Like that's what I want to be like, and I want my children, by God's grace in the future, to see that and be inspired and know that they want to have that fire for God as well. She's like a prayer warrior, and she designates that time. She gets up early without fail each morning, and God is the first thing she'll do. She'll read her Bible before she'll be talking to anyone else. It's just amazing, and seeing how God is blessing her life is amazing. So that's what makes me really, really proud of her. Why did I start my YouTube channel? My plans, side projects. So in terms of side project, I was blessed by the word. So that is the Instagram page I run to encourage people in their faith. I started this YouTube channel. I've always had a passion for creating videos and editing. I studied media subjects and I always loved that. And following the word that I got from God about sharing the love I have for others, for him with others, I thought this would be an amazing way to combine the two. I can make videos and edit them, which I love to do, and I can share the love of God I have with others. So first I was uploading worship songs all the time because that is where I feel like God was calling me in terms of worshipping and leading others in worship, and I still love to do that. And I love now that I'm also in bringing in other parts of my life, showing my love for fashion and being able to do vlogs and encouragement and stuff like that. So it's nice to be able to do an array of things. And plans for the future, I just want to continue. I've gotten a new camera, if you haven't noticed, so it's really nice and fun that I can take it a little bit more seriously. Doing more fashion content for sure, doing more worship songs, doing more vlogs, and showcasing my life, because by God's grace in a year's time I will have finished university and being qualified as a physiotherapist. And in terms of my plans and next steps, it'll be interesting to document my life and show the progression from being a student into other things. So that's really exciting and I can't wait for that. Thank you so much, lovely people, for watching. If you watched all the way through, I really appreciate it, and I hope it allows you to get to know me a bit better. If you have any more questions and would like me to answer stuff, I could do like a Q&A or something like that, then send them my way and I'll be happy to collate them and do a video like that. Anyway, have a wonderful day. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you beautiful lot next time. Bye!